Today, we have no shortage of inspiration. The great Sir Nick Faldo. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you. I'm feeling very plain today, as you can see from my background.
I told you, when it looks so good in front, you don't got to worry about the back. It is good to see you back on TV, man. How is it to see golf back?
It's great. Obviously, we're very excited. You know, we've done 2 weeks and it's gone great. And, you know, we've had 2 really exciting tournaments, haven't we? So even though obviously we've no gallery, but I think in a way it's made us kind of focus a little bit more on, really focus on the players. And I'm sure they have an ability to focus as well. It still has its intensity, doesn't it? But it obviously don't get any crowd reaction, but the guys still got to win. They're still grinding hard, and that's that's what it's all about.
And I mean, you fed off the crowd, and you shine under pressure. What is it like to see that? No gallery. How would that affect you, if at all?
No, I think it would. As I said, this is a very unusual time in our planet, and I think you've got to learn to adapt pretty quickly. I mean, I think if you can just get out there and get on with it, and I think most of the guys have. It seems like there is because it's so silent, it possibly puts a little bit more attention inside you, because nobody's observing you.
Right.
So it's just you observing your goals of whatever, chipping it in, holding the putt. So in a way, I wonder whether the guys, it's helping them concentrate a little bit, because it's just, every time it's your shot, you realize it's just me playing this shot. It's nothing else going on. So I think the guys have obviously played great. We've had pretty low scoring, obviously because of soft greens, but very aggressive golf, which has been great to watch.
And it was cool this week. So on Moments That Matter, folks, obviously we took it back to 92, right? And your championship win. When you look at that, you said approaching the 15th green, you said to yourself, it's just you here. How with everything going on, were you actually able to do that? It's easy to say, but how do you do it?
Well, whatever you read, wasn't quite like that. No, as I walked off the 14th, I'm 2 back now. And I said to myself, okay, forget everything. Forget the whole week. Absolutely everything. I've got 4 more holes to play. You better play the 4 best holes of your life. So that was and I was able to do that at that time. And I learned a few of those tricks. To just absolutely forget everything, concentrate now. I'm starting again. And I actually did. And I mean, the 5-iron, the 4-iron, the 3-iron that I hit on, 15, 17, and 18 are 3 of my finest irons I ever hit in my career. So I actually did pull out. So it's amazing what you can do if you give yourself a good talking to.
Where did the self-belief come from for you? Did that come at an early age? Did your parents put that in you? Where'd that come from?
No, I bought it. It was online. It was at a car boot sale. No, where do you think? I hit millions of golf balls. I mean, I had a very simple formula. You hit golf balls, you practice, you go to a tournament, you learn, you assess it, you come back and practice more. Then you go to a golf tournament and then you practice. So that was my circle. Self-belief comes from thousands, tens of thousands of hours and millions of golf balls, and to then trust that you can stand up and hit the shot that you're not thinking about it. So you say, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, or I want to do this, I want to do that, might be even more powerful. And you actually stand up and do it. So that was my old school formula.
It's amazing. And at 14, so 14, you're sitting there watching the TV and you see Jack Nicklaus there on the television. And that's what got you in, 14 years old?
Yeah, just before my line is I'm a sportsman looking for a sport. I love sport, and I love, and obviously it comes with all the different practicing. Swimming is, doing 3 miles in the pool is no fun at all.
Right.
And then I tried cycling. You get off your bike and you throw up.
I'm dying out here, right?
And the guy says, yeah, that's a really good ride. And I'm like, so you're lying there on the floor. So then finally golf came along and I thought I'll try that. And this practicing thing was really fun. I mean, I'm an only child, so going down to the range and beating balls all day absolutely suited me. I was happy as a sandboy. So I headed down there and did exactly that. It didn't take me long before I fell in love with golf. By the time I was 15, I'd made that decision. I thought, right, I want to be a pro golfer. And I left school at 16 because that was the only way to do things in that time. And I went and I head to the practice ground and beat balls. And then I played junior tournaments and obviously got better and better, but very slowly, just climbed the slow ladder.
And he delivered, folks. He delivered premium delivery. So what was the difference when you took the field for the Ryder Cup? What was going through your head when now you're not only representing your country, you're representing your continent? What's that like preparing for mentally?
Yeah, well, actually, when I first started, it was Great Britain. It was the old. I did two. I just did the one. I did the last one of Great Britain. Yeah, and then in 77 and 79 when we went to Greenbrier, we were Europe. With Seve on board. So hey, it was a real goal. I wanted to be a Ryder Cupper. It was the odd years, and that was a real motivation to make the team. And it is an amazing event because as obviously the time went on. By the time I was heavily involved in the 80s when we did the transition, we turned things around. So that was pure sport because you had professionals playing for a point, no prize money, just purely playing to win a point for your team. Where I was able to do that, and I loved it. It was great to have great partners, but the whole atmosphere was amazing. It was pretty. When you're playing well, it's wonderful. Right. If you're playing badly, it really is brutal week. I've been there on a couple when I was playing badly, and you feel, oh my goodness, how do I make a contribution without making a mess? Without being destructive to the team. So, but that was almost the ultimate in professional sport, to be going out and just playing for a point. No money.
Sure, and for your country, a lot of pride on the line. So then, what is it like for a kid who picks up a golf club at 14 years old, the day that you find out, I'm going to get knighted? How did that feel? And then what was it like that day?
Yeah, that was it. It comes out of the blue. You suddenly you get a letter from our government informing you. That's the process, and then that was in the summer on Her Majesty's birthday honours list. Is that we have an honours list and a new birthday honours list and a New Year's honours list. Anyway, so that was in May. I was told, and then my investiture was in November at Windsor Castle. So that was unbelievable. So I had all my family, my children, everybody, a lot of friends. So it was a very emotional day, and it's so wonderfully British, obviously. So I'm very, very proud of that. I mean, I've been a knight for 11 years now. So it's just a nice feeling.
You ever talk trash to Gary Player? Say, I'm a real one. Yeah, not a brand. No, I get on well with Gary. Yes, so yeah, I should have a dig at him at that one right.
Day.
So we see on your Instagram, obviously, you're a wine drinker. You know a thing or two about the vine. What did you toast when you won the Open, 92? What did you toast with? Do you remember?
92 was quite funny because I think I flew back down, and my Matthew and Natalie weren't there. So Matthew would have been 3. They were 3 and 5. That's right. So I flew back privately on a little DD plane, landed at a little private airfield very close to the house, and I got out the plane. So Natalie and Matthew came over to jumping up in excitement. I just gave them the claret jug. Said, here, go and play with that. And they're running through the grass, which is 3 foot deep. They're running through the grass with the claret jug. So it's just a funny image that just came to my mind. I don't think it's funny. I don't think I ever did put any claret into the claret jug. Not until Ian Baker Finch had the claret jug only a couple of years ago in Carmel, at Pebble Beach, one of Jim Nance's little little evenings.
Sure.
And that was probably the first time I actually drank out of the claret jug, I think.
Well, tonight maybe it gets filled up for the Moments That Matter celebration. What did you think watching that Moments That Matter piece, man? That was moving.
Yeah, it's funny when you haven't seen these films for 20 years or
Right.
so, and then you pick up, oh, did that happen? Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, was he there? And so, yeah, it's very cool. And that one fortunately, that one I can actually quite remember, because as I said, because those are really were three of my best iron shots ever hit. So in times of need, I guess I've tried to recall those to believe I can still do it. Yes.
We believe you can. So when you talk to young golfers and you talk the difference between the physical golf game and the mental golf game, what's some advice you give them for keeping their mental calm and focused?
Well, that's a good one. As you can tell from television, I was very fortunate to have very strong visualization skills. And so I'm very big on that. I know some people cannot do it as well, but, I had that ability to stand back behind me and see a ghost of me swing and flight the ball and see the ball finish. So I used to copy that, I'd sort of rehearsed it. That was kind of my rehearsal.
Right.
So I try to teach kids that, and the simplest way for anybody to learn this is just go around the green and just do some chipping.
Right.
And it's great fun because you can visualize, see the ball fly, go see it fly 3 yards, see it run, see it hit the pin, see it go in. And that's the easiest way to teach yourself how to develop visualization skills. And that's, and then you slowly move it further and further away. You then stand with a wedge and think, wow, if I flight it and it lands and hits the pin and goes in, that's what I'm trying to do. Right. And the bottom line is, you can, by saying that, that's all positive. So if you say, oh, don't hit it in the bunker, what do you see? That's when the problems start. It's more what you say first when you look down. Oh, I don't like that lie. Oh, no, I don't like that bunker. And don't do this with it. Then you haven't actually painted the picture at all. So that I try to teach the kids to snap out of that and paint a picture quick, and then get on with it.
Paint a good one, folks, and that's what he did. So, being that it's the Moments That Matter after show, in your development, is there a moment that you can pinpoint or put your finger on where you said, you know what, golf is it for me. I want this to be the rest of my life, and you made that your goal?
Well, if you ask me for a defining moment, I'm going right back to the beginning, because that's pretty powerful for a 15-year-old boy to know what he's doing.
Sure.
In his life, because most of them, you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. That's the usual answer we get, isn't it? So I had a clear thought, and so I then, as I said, it's very important then to understand. You climb it. You just slowly climb the ladder. So I now got to be a good golfer. So that's why I left school and practice. And then I played tournaments and started winning amateur tournaments, and I slowly got better and better and better and better. And I think that the problem we have nowadays, if you go to a kid now at 15, so what's your goal? So, well, I want to be world number one and win 10 majors. Right. Like, well, hang on a minute, where did that,
right.
Contradicting what I said earlier. But that's sometimes what happens, and you go, and if a kid doesn't say that, then you say, oh, he's no good. But I climbed the ladder really slowly. It was like, be a pro golfer. That was first goal. So you turn to then get on tour, then be exempt on tour is your next goal. And then finally, I won a 36-hole tournament, and I won a 54-hole tournament. Then I finally win a 72-hole tournament. So, and then a couple more wins, and then I get to European number one. That was 6 years later, and then then I went to the rebuild, and then where are we then? And then another 4 more years before I was a pro for 11 years before I won my first major. So now, if a guy goes 11 months without winning a major, he's no good, he hasn't got it.
Right.
It's a very different. So that's what I'm trying to explain. If there's any young kids watching it, just go. I could climb the ladder, the comfort ladder. You go up a rung on the ladder and go, yeah, I'm good. I can handle this new elevation. I climb again. So don't just aim for the top rung of the ladder before you even stood on the ladder. That's kind of my advice to youngsters.
And then when he climbed the ladder and he gets to the top, I think this is where the real knight comes out. He takes out the sword. He gets to number 1 in the world rankings and holds it for 97 weeks. Is that even a thought in your head? Like, do you have that thought in your head? Does a weight come with having the number 1 ranking? Or was it just, you were just riding the energy?
Yeah. Well, it didn't, this thing that the world rankings came along in 1989.
Right.
And then I started improving, and then I'd won 4 majors before I got to the old system. I'd won 4 majors before I came world number 1. So it just shows you how it's different point system. And so by the time I'd done all that, I was actually quite comfortable with, yes, I want to be world number 1. I would like to be. I think I could handle it. And sure, you can. If you play, again, it's very simple. If you're playing good, you can handle it. You can handle all the extra jobs you have to do and all that sort of thing, and the extra attention. As soon as you're playing badly, of course, then everything rattles your cage. Right. And it's not quite so easy. Yeah. So, that was a genuine goal, but it happened slowly. It wasn't invented when I first started the world rankings.
Well, that's a special number right there, folks. 97. He goes into the hall. 97. The amount of weeks that, he held the number 1. So if we're playing any numbers tonight, keep 97 close to your heart. Nick, thank you so much. Folks, if you have not yet seen it, head over to the World Golf Hall of Fame on all platforms and check out this week's Moments That Matter. We took it back to the 92 Open, and you're going to see a lot about self-belief. Thank you so much, Nick, for taking the time.
All right, pleasure. All right, okay. Stay safe, everyone.